Hello, good evening, everybody. We can start the session now. So, I'm Shruti Sanyal and I'm the account executive at Lystloc. So, today I'll be taking over the session for admin training from our end. So, we can proceed forward with the session. Let's start with it. So, Listlock, as we all know, we do have a brief overview that how Listlock actually works, right? But still, for a brief explanation, Listlock is a field tracking app which we use for on-field users. So apart from live tracking also, we do have few certain features like the CRM, our own CRM, and then we do have reimbursement as well. And also we have attendance and also the reports. So for managing the field employees, on-field employees especially, so we are using this log. So let's proceed forward with all the updates which we are about to give through this session. So to highlight it once. To highlight the key features from our end, we have the dashboard. So through the dashboard, we get a summary. So through this summary, we can see all those updates about the user's perspective, how much the usage has been. You can also see the check-in and employee data management, everything from the dashboard itself. And also, we provide the attendance and reimbursement as well. We can also track it from our end. The route history, we provide that as well. And also the tasks, we can create our own task there. And also, we can add every notes for every particular customers we are visiting. And also the check-in monitoring. So we can check in all the users which they are checking in from their own location. We can check those as well. We can keep up update about everything from our end. And also we have the insights about the performance instantly. So all those reports you'll get it in one particular place. So basically it's a easier management. You can access your management easily from here. You can edit, you can add, you can manage the users which you're having. So we can proceed forward with the next slide. We have come up with few of the updates which I'll be sharing you over this particular meeting. So proceeding forward, we have the reimbursement. So as of now, we already have had the reimbursement, right? So the reimbursement which we have previously, there which we have upgraded from our end is the approval list and also the submitted amount. So if one user is submitting their reimbursement from their end, so there will be a approved amount as well. So it depends upon the admin or the reporting manager for approving the reimbursement. So the reimbursement amount must be equal to or lesser than the submitted amount, not more than that. And the approval levels there are multi levels of approval which we have come forward with. So the levels of approval which we have right now. So based on that itself, the final reimbursement approval will be sorted out. So as of now, we can proceed forward with the HR app. So we have recently partnered with HR app as well. So it's a one-way sync. So we integrate with the HR app. We have the which we give all our data to the HR app from our end. So one-way basis, the attendance data which we have, which we proceed forward with it to give it to the HR app. So the employee ID is a must. Employee ID needs to be matching with your Lystloc as well as your HR app. So if the HR app ID is similar, so it is easier for us to give a tracking details and all the attendance details for the integration as well. So this is a new feature as well. So proceeding forward, we do have currency modules. This is the latest update. Currency modules, which it is recently added in the List CRM and throughout the Lystlog application as well. So you can handle multiple currencies through this particular option. This particular module will help you manage, and also you can use it with multiple currency across. So if you want to add any such currencies, you can add it as a base currency. So whichever currency, suppose expecting you are adding a dollar, so you can add it as a base currency from your end. So the reporting will automatically be based on the currency which you are providing from your own end. And then if you want to switch your currencies, you can add and switch your currencies as well. So the base, reflecting on the base currency which you are adding. So after confirming that, you can switch your currencies as well. And you can also add many more currencies from your end. And then proceeding forward, we do have the deals module. Deals module is basically, suppose it is also linked with the customer module. So you already use the customer module. So in the deals module, whatever customer details you are having, you can add those deals if you are interacting with one customer, and if you have any values to add on to that customer, if you have an expected closure, suppose if you have a pipeline from your end as well, so you can add all those things in the deals module. So it will help you track and manage your business even more efficiently. So for the deals module, if you want to add anything, you can add everything in the deals module itself for any customers. So based on that, you get a CRM as well. And whatever transactions, be it a transaction, be it the advanced level features, you can unlock those fields as well. And the upcoming pipelines also, you can add those in the deals module once again. So proceeding forward, I'll come back to tracking as well. So tracking, we have, you already know, for tracking, we do have GPS and we have a correct internet connectivity. So GPS is the first and foremost thing which needs to be enabled for tracking. So once the user is on field, if the GPS is enabled, then the tracking will be possible from Listloc's end and also for the user's end. So the GPS strength needs to be perfect. If the GPS strength is not perfect, it will affect the tracking. And then we do have device permissions as well. So there are certain settings which needs to be enabled for the device to perfectly work for the tracking. So based on that, we can also enable few certain devices permissions from our end as well. And the internet connectivity, as we all know, the internet connectivity needs to be perfect from the user's end. If the internet connectivity is not perfect, there might be slight option, there might be slight deflects for the tracking as well. So for the real-time visibility, to summarize every activity, we also have another feature which we have recently introduced, which is tracking impact. So once you go to the tracking option, and if you go and click on the timeline option, there you'll find there is a tracking impact option. So through tracking impact, you'll get all the details, every deviations, whatever the performance pattern is, everything you're supposed to get it from the tracking impact itself. So basically, if the user's mobile data is turned off, if the GPS is turned off, if the app was stopping from the background, all those particular details you're supposed to get in the tracking updates itself, in the tracking impact. So this is the core functionality enhancement. Proceeding forward with it, we will go for the AI curate route. So AI curate route basically is, suppose if we are having a few issues with GPS as well. So if the user's device is not currently working properly. So based on that, if the AI curate route is enabled, we get a constructed and filtered route from our end. So it is a reliable route as well. So whatever discrepancies we face further, if we are facing any inaccuracies as well, so for the, suppose there is a network issues and there is a jump of accuracy, the tracking is not enabled properly. So what you can do is you can curate, the AI curate route helps you enable and filter all those things from your end. And suppose if the path is also zigzag, if the path is eliminating few things, if if it is not managed properly, so it will help you zigzag, like remove the zigzag portion as well, so that you can clearly see the routes from your end. So AI curate route will help you filter the help you filter the options, which is like the deviations, slight deviations which we face while curating the route from our end. So next we proceed forward with the leave management. Leave management, we do have, if you want to use the leave management, we do have a dashboard through which we can actually track all the places or the request. Whatever request the users are placing forward, we can proceed forward. We can see all the details there in the leave management as well. And there are multiple levels of approval as well. So based on the approval levels also, the leave can be approved from the users and also the admins end. And also we get a report and we get the records of all the details of the leave management. So proceeding forward, I do want to share a demo from my end. So we'll switch for the demo. So this is a web page which you everybody already know. So the leave management is basically, this is how it looks. So firstly, when we proceed forward, the leave management, when you are starting to apply, first we need to do a leave management settings. So here in the settings option, you can see there is a leave settings, right? In the leave settings, we can create our own leave types. From our end, we do have three types of leaves, which is a default leave settings, which is already provided from our end. So we do have sick leaves, casual leaves, and permissions. So apart from that, if you do have any more other options, if you think about applying any other extra leave types from your end, from your company's end, which you might have, so you can go and add a leave type here. There is a leave type option here, as you can see here, which I'm sharing you. So here you can add any leave type. So what I can do is from my end, I can create a leave type, which is maternity leave. And based on that, if I do want to give a description, I can add a description. See, so description is not really necessary, but just for your avoiding the future confusions, you can add a description. If I want to add any such things, I can add that. So since I've added that as 3 months from my end, so I'm just giving a brief description. And if I want to select a category, be it paid leave, be it unpaid leave, so I'll keep it as paid leave. And if I want, I can keep it as hours or days also. So I'll keep it as days for now. And I'll start the effective date. So suppose if I want the date to start from 1st of December. So I can add it as 1st of December here. And if I do wish to set a end date, as of now, I have already mentioned that I want to keep the leave management as just 3 months. So I can add the leave management here after 3 months. I can keep it here for 3 months. So the start date and end date, I can add it from my own end. And then I can proceed forward with the next step, which is the allocation step. So here the leave balance configuration. Here you can already see when you have to define the leave balance, how much it will be credited to the employees. Okay, and when the leave balance configuration is basically for the leave balance to be credited to the employees, how much at the end of the year, or if the user can encash it, or if it is carry over, or if it is an experience based leave balance. You can add all those details here. As you can see, if it is monthly basis or if it is yearly, it gets get credited to that particular employee on that basis. And then if you want to add an experience based leave balance, so you can add a balance based on your experience. As you can see, I have added that as well. So if you want it to be carried over, so you can add the carryover as well, and you can also add those changes here. So once the experience range is added, so leave balance you can add it. How much is supposed to be carried over for the next year, next financial year. So maximum carryover I can keep it as here, and then I can keep the maximum leave balance as also like this. And if I want another level, I can add another level for this as well. And suppose if it is if you are carrying it over, so the leave encashment will not be working. So you have to disable the carryover from your end, and then you have to proceed forward with the leave encashment. So if you want your leave encashment as well, it is also the same. You have to say set up a range from your experience range. If the experience range is enabled, and if it is disabled, also the experience based leave balance, you can check it from your end. That how much the policy which you have based on that, and you can also check if it is a prorated or if it is full credit. And then you can reset the balance, like if you want to reset the leave balance for every users, so at what date it will be resetted, you can also check it from that basis. You can click it as half yearly from January to July. You can set it based on your leave policies from here. And then you can go to the next step where you have the leaf types applies to. So here basically you can see that if the leaf type is here, the users, all the users, if you want all the users in this particular maternity leave type, you can add that as well. If you specifically want few of the leave type, few of the users to add in one particular leaf type, you can add that as well. So only this leaf type will be reflecting to only that particular user who is there. Okay, and then departments. So suppose if you're adding a department, so there are a few other departments, right? It might be sales department, it might be a customer success department, it might be marketing or engineering, most probably. So yes, so whatever departments you want this to reflect in, you can add those departments here as well. And then the location, so your branch might have few other locations as well. So based on location also you can apply these leaf types. So there might be that you want to only give the particular branch as Bangalore, and if you want to give it as a Kolkata location, or if you want to give it as a Chennai location, so based on the location also you can set your leaf types. And also the roles, whichever roles, like if it is an account owner, for if it is for the account owner, if it is for the account admin, if it is for the managers as well, so you can select the role types as well as. And all the employment type, you can add the employment type here. So be it a full-time employee, or it can be a contract employee, or it can be a part-time employee. So whatever employee type you want, you can add it. The employee types are already added previously, so you can select whichever employment type you want this particular leave type to reflect on. And then we can proceed forward with the restrictions. So restrictions, basically, whatever restrictions we are applying, so in this particular leave type, we can manage the restrictions from our own end. So we can restrict the users from applying leave beyond 7 days in the past. Okay, so here in the restrict apply users, so if you want this to be enabled, you can enable that. If you want to restrict the users for applying beyond 7 days of leave within the past, you can do that. And then if you want the users to be restricted for applying for leave for 1 day before the leave start date. So suppose if I want to leave today and I want to apply the leave the day before today, so like the previous day. So if it is effective, if I need to apply for leave 2 days before, if I need to apply leave 3 days before, how it is processing. So based on that, you can, or if you want the users to apply the leave on that particular day also, so you can apply that as well. You can select it from your end as well. And then you can restrict user to apply leave for current date or same date or today. So how I mentioned just in the previous point, suppose if you want your users to not apply the leave on this particular day, on today itself, so you can restrict the users as well. So you can click on those leave permissions here as well, whatever the permissions you have selected for your end. And the maximum and minimum dates, as you can see, minimum and maximum dates you can select it from your own end. So you might have this policy particularly where the leave type you want to give one particular user as 1, and then you want to give the leave type as 10. So the minimum amount they can take a leave request for is 1, and the maximum is 10. So you can proceed forward with changing that as well. If you want to decrease it as well, you can keep it as 3. If you want to increase it, you can keep it as 5 as well. So the consecutive leave days allowed here is 5. So at a stretch, a particular user might be able to take leave only for 5 days, not more than that. So that is the leave settings which we are doing from here. And then proceeding forward, we have the maximum number of requests allowed within the specific period. So suppose one user is thinking about applying leave in one particular week 2 times. So you can select that. So you can select that as like only 2 requests per week or per month. You can select that. So based on this particular setting, one particular user will be able to only apply leave for one particular 2 particular times in one particular month. So apart from that, he or she won't be able to apply leave more than that. And then we have the special approver. So here you can see there is a special approval level also. So if you want your leave balance, or if you want your leave to be approved by any special approver, so you can select that as well. So suppose here we have this particular option also. So if the leave exceeds more than 5, or if the leave exceeds, suppose if 5, we have kept the minimum here, right? So if the leave approves more than, if the leave exceeds more than, suppose 7 days, if it is 1 week more, so you can select a particular approval level here. So I can select it as the admin. So the leave must be approved from the admin if it is more than 7 days. So this is a special approval. And also the cancel leave request. So suppose if you have already applied a leave from your end, but you want to cancel your leave request from your end. So what you can do is you can get an approval from one special person. So that also you can create it from here. You can create it as an admin, or you can create it as any other user who might be a reporting user as well. So a reporting manager can you can ask them for a cancel leave request as well from your end. And make attachments mandatory. So suppose this is a maternity leave type, right? So there might be that the user might have a supporting document to provide with it. So for supporting document also, you can add this particular option here. When the leave exceeds more than, suppose I will keep it as 10 days, or just yeah, I'll just keep it as 10 days. So if the leave exceeds more than 10 days from the user's end, so there is a attachment mandatory for the user to provide to the company. So if you make this a mandatory one, so if the leave is exceeding more than 10 days, so they have to give a PDF, be it a prescription, be it any other options which will highlight that what is the reason they are taking a leave for more than 10 days. So you can highlight that as well. And what you can do is you can proceed forward and you can save this particular leaf type. So your leave type has been created here. So we have sick leave, casual leave permissions, and we also have a maternity leave. Since I have applied it to for all the departments here, so the department status is showing as this. So if you want your departments to be changed as well, if you want it edited also, so you can edit it from your own end as well. And then we have holidays. So if you have a particular holiday, so suppose one user will be having will be celebrating Ganesh Chaturthi in Maharashtra. So you want a specific leave type for only Maharashtra. So what you can do is you can add a holiday here. So you can add Ganesh Chaturthi, and then you can add the holiday on which day you want to give the holiday. So suppose I'll keep it as October 20, September 21st August, and then the description. And then the holiday. So if there is a Maharashtra location already added, so you want only this particular location to be reflected, so you can add that. You can keep it here, you can remove the Chennai option, and you can save this from your end. So specifically for any particular place also, if you want to add a holiday, or if you want to add it for every department, so you can add it from your own end. And then there is working days also. Working days, you can see if you want to have a working specifically, suppose this is already created as a working day for Monday to Friday. So if we want, we can add another working day from our end. Instead of Monday to Friday, if I want to keep it as Monday to Saturday, I can keep it that. And if I want this to be effective from 1st of December, I can set that. If I want to add an end date, I can add that as well. And what I can do here is I can select, suppose if I want the users to have an alternative Saturdays off. So if I want the second Saturday to be non-working, I can add that as well. So what I can do is here, I can select the Saturday here, and I can remove the second week of Saturday and fourth week of Saturday. So alternate weeks, we have kept it as off, and we can also apply here the location, which location it is effective to, which departments and which users it is effective to, and then we can save it from our end. So we can add a working day as well. Approvals, as I have already mentioned previously, so we have special type of approval here. So if I want the all type of approval level to be created here, so I can select all the leaves here, and then I can add another. This is the reporting manager, and then I can specify any person if I want. I can specify this if I want another level to be added, I can specify it from my own end, and then I can save it. So based on the leave types, you can select what are the approval levels to be approved from the user, like the admin's end. And then we have the forms and fields. So here in the leave type, you have the forms and fields. So based on this, whatever details if you want to add here, you can add those as well. If you want to edit it, you can edit it as well. So if you want to add anything added here, there is a left in your left side, there is a field option. You can add those details here. You can drag and drop it here, and then you can customize your leave screen from your. And then there is advanced setting as well. Here in the advanced setting, you can see that there is a date format as well. If you want a date format in the financial year, or if you want it in a year, month, date in that format, if you want a time format in 24 hours, if you want your calendar to be April to March, like the financial year, you can do that as well. So if you want your compensatory leave as well, so suppose if you're working, you can earn 1 day of leave for every one holiday work. So if you're working for one holiday, then you can earn one leave. So in the same basis, if you earn for one leave, if you can earn one leave for every weekend worked. If you are working for one weekend, then you can earn another day of compensatory off. So which it will be applicable to, you can add as well. And also, if allowed, without loss of pay, or with like, is it without loss of pay or with loss of pay, you can add that as well. And also enable leave cancellation, whatever the leave cancellation which we did previously, we can enable those cancellations as well. Okay, and also the auto logout. So since if the user is applying the leave for the previous day, so the next day if he is on leave, so if he has not logged out, then it will be an auto logout from our system, because he is not, if he is not logging out from his own end. So these are the settings which we are supposed to do. And if you want to add a leave type, You can add it from here as well. So if you go to the permissions option, you can click on, if you want, you can click on the permission as well. Okay. So proceeding forward, we are open to questions now. You can proceed forward with the questions which you have. You can turn on your mic and you can question, or also the chat box is also available. You can proceed forward with your questions in the chat box, or you can ask me as well. Does anybody have any question from their end? Then you can proceed forward with the questions. We are open to answer. You can send it in the chat box as well. If you have any questions regarding the leave management, which I gave a demo for, or if you have a question for the other modules which I explained, like the currency, the deals, and all, you can proceed forward with the questions if you have. Is there any question from your end? You can ask it us to there's another option as well. If you do have any questions in future, if you want, you can contact us with support, customer support at the listloc.com, or also you can visit our website for that as well. Yes, Mr. Dhanaji. Yes, sir. You can shoot. You can say your question which you have. May I know the recorded video for what? Is it for this particular meeting? Okay, sure, sure. We'll share it with you from our end. We'll surely do that. Any other questions, sir, you have? Okay, it's not a problem, sir. It's not an issue. We'll surely share it with you. Okay. Anybody else have any question? Okay, sure. So if you do have any questions in the future, yes, sir, we'll surely send you the recording as well, Mr. Dhananjay. Yes, sir, we'll share it with you. So in future, if you do face any issues, you can contact us in customer support at the listlock.com. So we'll surely reach out to you as well. If you're facing any issues, we'll surely help you out there. So even if you're facing any trouble, you can contact us for sure. Okay. Thank you from my end, and thank you so much for joining the session. Thank you for your time.